Alrighty guys, Easy Amateur Radio, and you might be thinking that you're looking at a mess, but what you're actually looking at is my small shack out in the shop. This shack, I don't worry about keeping as clean as I do the one inside, but we're going to start with the operating position and how I power all this. You can see up top I have plenty of power strips all the way down, but what we're looking at here is down here, the radios are powered by this Dr. Prepare 100 LiPo 4-hour battery. Shout out to temporarily offline on the Toads Discord. I bought that from him. A recent addition is 2 Duracell batteries down there that I'm going to add to the lineup underneath the bench where I work on stuff. We have the 706 and the LDG Z11 Pro tuner. A bunch of mess of wires going over here to the 2015 MacBook Air. It's an 11-inch model. It's hooked up to that docking station, which runs these 2 monitors. You can see I'm running FT8 on 20 meters right now, and I'm actually sharing a frequency with somebody. I need to hop off of that. And then there we have Grid Tracker. I don't run any specific logging software on this laptop, so what it does is WSJTX talks to Grid Tracker, and Grid Tracker sends it on to QRZ. That's how I log in here. Right here we have the FTM 400. I don't have some type of fancy antenna hooked up to this. It's literally a mag mount on top of the building. And you can see that the body of the radio is just sitting down here loose. I would like to see this put back together nicely, and maybe one day I'll get to it. But right now this works. It makes contacts. It's in the shop. Nobody comes in here. I'm not really worried about it. So we're going to get over here. You see this coaxial switch. I have it in reverse. It goes to one antenna, an in-fed half wave, or my Comet antenna outside. What you see right there, I have HF and CB. Right now it's hooked up to the HF radio, but I run a coax over here to the test bench. We're going to get to that mess in a minute. But right here, this goes to where if I want to hook a radio up, right here, maybe it's a QRP radio, a radio I'm testing, set it up right there, and that works. But that's the operating position. Right here we have some hat patches in my laser machine, and what this does is engrave stuff. I do a little bit of that for people. But now we're getting over here to the workbench section. It looks a little bit messier. It's not as clean as I would like, but it comes out and works nice. So starting from left to right, what you see here is a Cobra 19. I use this to test CB radios that I fix and sell. I don't do a whole lot of that anymore. Underneath here we have 2 big batteries. That's what powers the bench. I have another 2015 11-inch MacBook Pro updating right now, because this is going to be a field laptop with just radio stuff on it. Now, tucked back here, we have a 1,000 watt power meter. It's not a dozy, even though it looks like one. I don't remember the brand, but the model number is a PDC 700 hooked up to an MFJ dummy load. Down here we have an MFJ power supply. I might do a review on this power supply. It's an MFJ 4125, and it's very loud. The fan stays on. I bought it in an estate sale. I usually keep that hooked up, if I'm not running off the battery, to this Rig Runner 4012. Plenty of power pole things and stuff like that. And then we just have a couple of loose screwdrivers on this QRP guy, or QRP Labs. This is James Hannibal. He's on Etsy. He makes these awesome pads. I really like it. I solder on it and stuff like that. It's probably not meant for that, but it works out nice. We have a scale for measuring stuff, a printer to print shipping labels, a bunch of screwdrivers, and the Ryobi soldering iron. And then lastly, we have the box of HTs and just storage shelves. You can never have too many storage shelves. I'm not a very OCD person out here in the shop, but I am inside, and that's a much neater shack. But this shack's just kind of thrown together, a literal shack. But Easy Amateur Radio is the channel name. We're all about radio here, and I just want to show you don't need some fancy $10,000 setup. These are ancient HP monitors and things like that. I'm running old hardware on the computers and stuff like that. But that's it, guys. That's my shack out here in the shed. So KI5WES Easy Amateur Radio. I'm going to say 73 to everybody. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this messy shack.